Okay, so this is being recorded now. We're going to be looking at a way to make a Works Cited page and also to understand in-text citations when you guys use these articles. So if, for instance, I know I'm looking at caravans, so let's say I look something up. I find an article, this guy, with the dog pictures, and it says, Caravan's stymied passage leaves migrant issue boiling.
Wow.
So this is more about migrants than it is about immigration. Well, maybe it is about immigration. And it's saying that this is really more than, you know, what you think it is about stopping immigrants. And so they're going to talk about that. Let's say I decided I like this one. So what I do is, if I were on my this is called mybib.com right here. If I were on this, and I've already created some projects, so it saves the projects for me, which I guess I can get rid of. But here you can see that I made some citations. I made a couple of citations. And if I did click on this, up here, since I made the citations, it would make a cited page. We'll do that later. So let's do what we're doing, this one. Let's say I already have one citation. Okay. I want to do another one. So I go up here to the green button and I hit click citation. And I think, did I copy that? No, I have to copy the URL over here on this thing, on my article. So I copy it like that. Then I come back to my making a citation. I'm going to paste it here because it says enter or paste the URL. It just says search, and then I'll click on that. Now let's say this is not a website, it's more of a video. Well, okay, then I would click on video and it would do the video. Or let's say it's not none of the things I was talking about, so I would click the more button over here, and it would give me some choices. Is it a magazine article that I'm trying to make a citation of? Is it an ebook? Is it a song? Is it an interview that I had with somebody? If it's any of these, you click on that, and then when you make the citation, it puts it in that format. Okay. So here we know it's a website, so I'm going to leave it alone. And I
So
click on it.
which one did you choose after all?
I didn't really choose one. It starts on website.
Okay. Okay.
And
So just
then
copy and paste it. Okay.
I copied and pasted into this little place here. It was already on the website. It's not a book. It's not a journal. It's not a video. It is a website. If it wasn't any of these three here, I would click on the more button and they would give me more choices. But I know it's this. And as a matter of fact, here underneath when I click it, they've got some the information that they found. Now, the thing to note at the bottom is it says credibility. Credibility, and it says probably credible, which means, oh, it may or may not be credible. So they want to warn you on that. So I'm going to click on this one, and there it takes my information and it puts it in this format. And let's see, it has the person's name, it has the article title, it has the date it was published, pretty good. It has today's date, so that's the access date. If I go down, it's got the Wall Street Journal. That's the name of the source. And I can see, okay, they previewed for me in this gray area. So if I look at it, that's what the citation is going to look like. It's got the guy's last name, first name. It's got the article title in quotes, and very nicely done. It's got the Wall Street Journal in italics, the date this thing was published. It's got the URL, and then it's got the access date. I got everything. So I'm going to save.
Wow.
I know, how cool. I'm going to save it, and there it is. Okay, now it's telling you something when you look at this. So it says, okay, if you're going to use this one here, and you're going to take, let's say, a quote out of it, you've got to put something beside the quote to show where you got it from. So I tell you, well, it's going to be the first term. It's going to be the Cordova part. They're explaining to you, yeah, as a matter of fact, it is that one. And so they show you exactly what to do. You could highlight it and just use this and click in there every time you do this one right there. All right, and then the other one, which is Dong Yu, again, it's that way, that way. So if I wanted to click on this, I gotta click on that one, download Works Cited. I know I'm gonna copy and paste it, so I click in there, and look at that.
Oh my
There's your Works
goodness.
Cited. Isn't that crazy? And it's all correct.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? And
Oh,
then you click to copy it, and you paste it into your paper. Isn't that crazy?
wow.
That's crazy.
Well,
Yes.
it's as crazy as the paraphrasing, with the exception that this is okay to do. I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with the paraphrasing because of the level of words that gives you,
Yeah.
But like you said, they are not your words.
They're
So,
not your words. I
no.
want to do this one because this is one I did before. This is my first project. And notice that even though I made these citations, it's warning me on the second one, they don't have a web page author. I look back there and there is no web page author. There should be one, but there is not one. So probably it's just CNN, produced by CNN. So that's why we don't have it. Um,
Wow.
on this one, they couldn't find the year it was published. And if I look in the URL here, it says WWCN, and I go over, I see 2020, 421. So I found the date, even though the date was not on the article. It was in my URL. So I was able to take the date and add it to the over here. Okay. So let's say, for instance, I click on this one because they warned me of something. I click on this before I make my citation. And they said, okay, web page author, we don't have that. Who is it? Well, in this case, CNN has a staff, and so they didn't give credit to the person. They just published it, which is not that unusual. But most of the time, you're going to have an author. So I go, okay, fine. I get out of there, and now I'm going to make a citation. So I go download Works Cited, and again, I'm just going to copy and paste it. I put it there, and here it is. But something that's different about this one is that this one starts with the article title. And what that means is that the article title is what I'm going to have to put from my in-text citation. It's starting with that. So I have to use that. And again, I would click to copy, and it would go in there into my paper. And as a matter of fact, with this second one, the Nigerian citizen one, they tell you your in-text citation is going to start with this name of the article. Versus the other one, the last name is going to start with that versus the name. Okay. So that's just really, really good to see because it's easy. Hello? Who's here? Everybody here? Kareem's here. Anybody else here? Let's see. No, there's three of them. Three people. I think. Three people, yeah. Okay. All right, Kareem, you just missed the part we were going to record. We recorded it already. I'm going to show, just for you, I'm going to show you what it is. It's a very cool website. It's called mybib.com, this one. And it makes for you citations. You can create citations. And it makes for you a works cited page. Really good. So you may want over here, this one. You could decide to pick a different article. So let's at sugar, see what's going on with sugar. I type in sugar, and whoops, it's gonna, whoops. And it's gonna come down to some articles. And here's one that's from Harvard. That's pretty good. I'm gonna click on this one. And eventually it'll come up. In theory, here it's coming slowly. The article's coming. There it is. And let's say I read this one and I find out, oh, it's not, this is not good for your heart. It could be really bad. And the paper I'm writing is about the heart, so I think, okay, I need this one. So I come over here and I highlight my URL and I copy it, and then I go back to mybib.com and I want to create a citation. So I go create citation using the green one. I know it's a website. It could be these other ones. It could be even more. It could be a journal article. It could be a database article. It could be a encyclopedia entry. So whatever it is, I'm going to click on that so I can make my citation. But in this case, it is a website, so I'll put that in there. Hit search, and it tells me, hey, this one's credible. This is a good one. I think, all right, perfect, and I'm definitely going to do that. So I click on that for it to make it, and then it goes through, and it turns out that I have all the information I need. Sometimes you're going to be missing. Well, what I don't have, it says date, viewed, or access. So I did that today, right? So I'm just going to click on today, and it's going to put in today's date. There you go. Now I've got everything I need. I have the web page author. I have the title of the piece. I have the date published. I have the date access. I have the website. I have the publisher, all this stuff. And if I want to look at what does it look like, it's in this gray thing, preview. So it's going to look like this. So notice the author is Harvard Health Publishing. There is no person. It's done by the staff. So they do that one. And then here's your article title. Here's your website, the publisher. Here's the date it was published. And here's the URL. And the last thing is the day that I got it. So I like that. I'm going to save it. And there I am. And I got it.
This is the coolest thing, Kareem. You're going to love it.
It's so cool. And then I need a Works Cited page. This is not a Works Cited page. So one other thing that I was pointing out is that, so now we know we're going to take some either quoting from the Sweet Danger of Sugar, or we're going to paraphrase it. We're going to put it in our own words. Whichever way we do it, when we put it in our paper, we have to give it credit, the source. So the in-text citation right under that piece we just did says, oh, by the way, you're going to be putting Harvard Health Publishing there. That's what you're going to put. So that's perfect. They even do that for you. This one, because it's an article with no title, we're going to put, an article with no author, we put the article first. And this one, because I do have a last name, we put the last name. So, but I want to see what a website looks like. I'm going to click on it. I know I'm going to copy and paste it in my paper, so I'm going to click on that one. And there, it's done for me. I didn't have to do it. It's alphabetized. I didn't have to do that. Everything is beautiful. It's all perfect. And if I want to copy it, I go over there and copy. And I'm done. I'm done. It's so nice.
And it's legal, Kareem.
And it's legal. It's not cheating. A lot of the students use what's called citation machine or EasyBib, but those you can only use for 3 days. They make you register with a credit card. You know why, right? At the end of the 3 days, they're going to bill you. So you don't want that. This one's right now free. It may stop being free. If you notice on there, they'll let you create your own account, which I guess is good to do. I don't know. You'd have to figure out why. I guess if you create your own account, it's going to save all your stuff, which would be pretty nice if you're working on a paper. Okay. So we did that, and then Let's also go and look at some of these files. So hopefully, if you haven't started your paper, you realize you're going to have to start with these two here, the migrant caravan crow and the migrant caravan con, these two right here. If we click on this one, we find out that this guy is, I think he could be more compassionate, so it's not so much he's for it, he just feels like we should have a better way to do it. He's got a nicer idea. So him. And then this other guy is saying that, well, you know what's going on, what's happening is Honduras is sending these people to bypass immigration. And it's those radicals over in Honduras that are doing it. So he has a position. We're going to take both of those positions. You guys are going to list the reasons that they're arguing we should either treat them badly, or in other words, completely stop them for I don't care what reason. They could be coming because they're, you know, in danger, or they could be coming because they're starving. And we have information on that. So if we go over here, migrant care, what it is and why it matters, and we look at this one, they're explaining to you why they come. Why do they come? I keep saying people don't leave their home for no reason, especially as far as they had to go. So they went all that way, all this way. I'm here, and by the way, this is not Honduras. So they got into Tijuana, yes, but wait, they're going that way. Never mind. Yeah, they started here, and so it went all this way. Which is 2,700 miles on foot.
That's a whole country.
That's pretty much a whole country. How long is our country? It's pretty big, but
I don't know, but do you see, have you heard of Tapachula, which is where they crossed from Guatemala to Mexico?
No, why?
Because I live there in Chiapas.
Oh, okay.
So I asked my brother once in a while. I haven't been there for 20 years now. I want to go back and just visit, you know. Right. But because that's where I kind of grew up, like for 5 years I was there. Mm-hmm. And it would be interesting to see it now, you know. But he says that the park, everybody conglomerates there. All the, you know, the ones that are coming from Guatemala, because that's their point of cross.
Yes, I see. That makes sense. Okay, so this is the cause and effect one here, because you're going to need some of this information unless you like research yourself. Because whichever side you support, you have to be able to explain why they're coming. And in this case, it's talking about the science tells us why they're coming, and then Trump has a response to that. So we want to know, okay, so what did he do? This thing is mostly pictures, I think it is. And then, but there's some information. So if you decide to use this one, let's go up. Yeah, let's go all the way down. Let's see if you have a URL on this one. Here you, whoops, I went too far. Back up. Okay, there's a URL on this one, and if I copy this URL because I need to have a, oops, oh darn it, this is a long one. I need to have a, it's hard for me to do this. I don't know why. Well, you copy it. Oh, there we go. You copy it and you go over to this one and you hit create a citation and you're good. And it's
gonna do everything for you. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, well, look, you've got enough stuff to be reading here. Let's get out of this one. Back to the files. So you have a lot of stuff to like look through and check it out. Let's see. You also have some peer examples that you can look at. We looked at that last time. We looked at this one. And it's worth looking at this just to see all the work she put into it. And even though she put so much work into it, the first 5 pages, I mean, 5 pages is a lot. Look, we didn't first follow this one, but this is the essay, and it's 1, 2, 3. These 4 pages with, I think, a Works Cited somewhere. 4.5 pages with the Works Cited. And then keep going, and we're going to see all of this stuff. I cut out those first 5 pages she sent me because it's too much. But look, she's got 8 more pages, and still she's not getting to her point. So I don't want you guys to make that mistake, because look at all this work she did. And still, she wasn't paying, I don't know if she wasn't paying attention or if she just really got into it. She probably just really got into it. So you can see where people can be doing a lot of work, but not writing an argument. With an argument, you take a position. You want to say what you mean. Okay, so let's go back there. There you go. Argument explained is going to give you some stuff. So the outline for making the, well, here's a paper format, perfect format, how to do it. I think we looked at the other day, but I don't know. We'll just put it all in one. It's going to come at some point. Here's the format. And you can see there's an introduction. There's supporting evidence, counter argument, conclusion. So yeah.
So that will be the format that we're gonna do?
Yeah, and this one, I don't know why this is on this page, but it's telling you this paragraph here is going to be 3 of these. 3 reasons, 3 things you can find. And again, if you look at those peer examples, you're going to see that he did it. So there's that, and then if you want to just look at, oh, what does it look like? It looks like this. Introduction, background, supporting evidence, counter argument, sum it up, and the conclusion.
Where did you get this one from, Mr. Osborne? The files and...
The files? Okay.
Oh, okay.
So the files are here, I believe. Let's see, let's look at, no, this is here. Let's get them. All the files are there. The research argument, Ray the Caravan. So all that stuff is your file. The things to look at.
Yeah, that I know where those are, but I was talking about the other one.
Which other one? The peer
The one
example?
the one where I asked you if it was a format.
The format. Let's go back to that. Okay. Argument.
Resources?
No, it's argument.
Oh.
And
Okay.
then you the format.
So it's the 4th one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. So these are the main things to be thinking of when you're writing the paper. Yeah. The argument paper. And you are going to do some research probably, so you can go on Google and find some stuff that maybe is important for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to stop the recording now because I think we've made